Hey everybody, this is John Barton from JB Cases. This is our weekly showcase for the week of April 15th, tax day. I know I'm feeling it. um, so here we go with our tax day, tax week um, presentation here, weekly showcase. God, just thinking about how much I paid in taxes today is killing me. But these are cases that are always going to be a good investment for you. They're going to protect your cues, so they're going to protect your investment, and that's one where you at least, if you buy a JB case, you won't be taxed with having to fix a broken cue that happened because the case didn't protect the cue. So there you go. Well, that was convoluted. I really stretched to fit in an advertisement, promotion for JB cases on that one. All right, these are always some of my favorite cases because they're so colorful and so cheerful. This is a 2x5, 3x4, I think. We'll take a look when we open it up. And it is for moose. And you can see that it is black and green and gray and pink. And yeah, those are all the colors that are in there, and white for the lettering. There you go. So backpack straps. No towel ring on this one. This one has also, now check it out. See, this is one of the things that's cool with us, among all the other things that are cool with us. We have green zipper pulls here. We have purple ones here. We have pink ones here. Oh, I didn't mention purple, did I? So there you go. It's a bunch of colors in this case. All right, let's take a look at the interior. I'm always curious to see what the interior will be. There you go, all green. Now, my wife hates it if I say this, but you can request that we make the interior two-tone as well. We have done that for some customers. We just don't put it on the designer because it's a little bit complicated to do that. But we do have people that request two-tone interiors. So whenever you have a case like this with a lot of colors on it, or any case really, you could just tell us, I want an interior that's black and red or something like that, and then we can do it for you. Not a problem. It's just something you have to request so that we know you want it. And that's one of the things, if we do happen to mess it up, then we can always just make one and replace it. So, not a big deal there. All right, another 2x5, 3x4 I have here is black with gray stitching. Backpack straps, towel ring, single strap with a towel ring. Now, one thing on our single strap cases, we put a bigger D ring at the top, so you can see. We also have one at the bottom here. This allows you to add another strap if you want, and then have it spread out a little bit like it is. If you'll notice here, that's got about a 3-inch separation on there, and that's ergonomically a little bit better. In my study of backpacks and professions where they carry stuff on their back a lot, like hiking and mail carriers, things like that, that's what kind of came across, is that when it's separated a little bit, it actually rides better than when it's from a single point. So when we do single strap cases, we will put a bigger D-ring so that if you decide to do it as a backpack strap, it will stretch out on either side a little bit better and give you that better ergonomic experience. Okay, ergonomics is the comfort, the science of comfort, basically. So when you hear that word, sometimes people don't really know what that means, but it basically means building things that don't hurt you and work with your body, so that they're not causing you more problems. They're actually alleviating problems. They're wearing better. They're not moving around. They're not causing you stress. That's what we seek to do when we build these cases. So another thing here that's ergonomic is on the strap pads, we have suede on here. So the suede is set up so it won't move, so it doesn't slip, right? It grips your clothing and it doesn't move. And there you go. So that's something that's really important, because it means you can stand up straight. You're not hunched up like this. You're not constantly pulling on it, to keep it on. you just let it sit there, and that's where it is. Now this one is not adjusted. If I adjust it down, it'll sit a little bit lower and more into my neck. But that's the way you want. And when you wear it as a backpack, you also don't want it shifting and moving. You want it to stay kind of centered, stay in place, and balance the weight. So that's what ergonomics means to us, and that's how we apply it. All right, this case is for Thompson, right? And look how pretty that embroidery is. Look at that. You know, for you guys that don't know, the art of digitizing something for embroidery, that's actually more of a manual art than it is a computer doing the work. There are programs you can just throw something at it and say, make it look like embroidery, and it'll set up all the stitching and everything. But the very, very best embroidery that you get out there are done by a group of professionals called digitizers, who literally and manually go in and clean up and manipulate every little part of the embroidery to really make it pop and really make it nice. So we have a digitizer that we've been working with for a long time, and at the beginning I was really picky with him, trying to explain what I wanted, and he just does a phenomenal job for us digitizing. Even the names like this, they just come out so wonderful. Just little things like see how the H goes into the T right there. Just everything's so nice. So anyway, that's just a little thing that you guys should know about us. You know, when we do this work, even on things like that, we really try to go overboard and do a great job for our clients. Okay, so there's your 2x5 gray interior. All right, next one I have here is a tooled case. So this one is done in what we call the classic style. So my first leather case that I had was by a brand called J Flowers, or it's actually JEF cases, right? And that stood for Jasper E Flowers. And so people just call them Flowers cases or J Flowers cases. So years later, I started a brand called J Flowers Tribute Cases. Unfortunately, that brand was hijacked from me. I was stupid and trusted people I shouldn't have trusted. So now J Flowers is out there on cues, cases, other things. It has nothing to do with me anymore. But that is my brand. I created it in tribute to the original J Flowers, Jasper Flowers, who built cases in this style right here. And this style, as you can see, is basically a Western belt tooling style. You'll notice that one thing that you'll notice on here, if you know anything about tooling, you'll notice that there are no guidelines here. So a lot of times the toolers were taught to scribe a line and then tool off of that line so that you would, not get wavy or crazy. But we learned a different technique from a guy named Paul Burnett, and that technique involves using dots. So we put little dots on here, and then we obliterate those dots with the tools, and then it comes out to a nice clean design. Look how nice and clean this design is, with no lines to interrupt the design. So we basically took the style of case that J Flowers made, and there was a few case makers before him that incorporated that kind of style. Dennis Swift, for example, was there. Jack Justice had this kind of style. So we took that kind of style and we made our first cases like this, and we called them J Flowers Tribute Cases. So that I did that because I didn't want the J Flowers name to be forgotten, right? I just didn't. So, and I had talked with Jay years before, like in, I think it was 2003, and gotten his permission to do that, and he said, sure, just, I'm surprised anybody remembers me. So anyway, this is the style of the J Flowers case, but it's done, we modernized it, and we do it in our construction style. So our pockets are larger. We have a wraparound pocket here. So this pocket, this is something that I invented, was you have 90-degree corners here. So people like the way that looks on leather cases, but previously you could only use the zipper right here to get into it. So it was very difficult to get inside. Well, now you can open it up and you can see everything inside. And that's because I invented a way to come around the corner here. So I was actually quite proud of that. I did a tutorial on leatherworker.net to give it to other people if they wanted it, since I had gotten so much good advice from them. And we do the same thing on the top up here. So we have a nice long pocket up here, and then you've got full access to the pocket, but you've got the ability to have that zipper come all the way around. And another thing that we do here is we do a magnetic latch. So these cases are famous for being a side opening case. So normally it would be a snap latch on here. We do a magnetic latch. So it just does that, and then here you go. And then this is a 4x8, 4 butts, 8 shafts. And there you go. And then another thing we do on all of our cases, hard cases, we put a rubber bottom on here, so you don't have to worry about it. That is not going anywhere. And that is the same rubber bottom that you find in commercial kitchens, in electrostatic rooms, you know, electro rooms where they have to be grounded, things like that. So bottom of your shoes. There have been times when excuse me for a moment. Sorry, I'm trying to do 2 things at once here. All right, we'll set this down here. Sorry. All right. So there have been times when what did I want to say? I just forgot. I just completely blanked on what I was going to say. Oh, I get it. Yeah, there are times that we see cases come in with rubber bottoms like ours. You know, it's basically every technique that I have created for cases over the past 35 years now. 17 years with this company, with this brand. Every case that I have ever created, every technique that I've ever created has been knocked off by people. But what trips me out is I see these cases come in and they have a rubber bottom that looks like ours, and it just crumbles in your hand. You can just peel it off easily. And I wonder, I'm like, where did they even get this stuff at? I mean, somebody is deliberately making this crappy knockoff of the rubber bottom that I put on there. Like where? I mean, it's crazy to me that they don't just buy the stuff that we buy and use it. You know, I mean, the price difference can't be that much, but they do it anyway. So whatever. All right, this case here is one of our sponsored players has this, a semi-sponsored player. He's a really good guy and a good player from the Northeast. His name is Michael Deichman. This is the case that he wanted this time around. This is a Mason style case. So you can see that it's a semi-hard case. So it means it does not have a plastic tube inside, but it does have the slots in here. This is a 2x4. So it has the full padding, just like our other cases. That's the Ultra Pad interior. But it does not have a big heavy cap on it, and it does not have a tube inside, so it actually comes out a little bit lighter. And you can see what we do on the bottom there for the rubber. We just put a rubber piece right there. And the curve on this case, the way that the whole reason that it exists, this is called Mason, and it's named for a leather worker named Arnie Mason, who builds or used to build really just wonderful fly fishing cases out of leather, just really elegant stuff. And I saw that he had a little case for flies. It was about yay big, and it had this basic shape on here with the oval at the top and bottom. So I thought, I wonder if we can modify that into a pool cue case, and this is the result. So it's called the Mason model. This one has a hand-built magnetic flap here, double zippers for easy access to the pocket, wraparound zipper on this side for easy access, another zipper on that side for a jump cue or an extension, whatever you want to put in there, and then of course also a magnetic latch on top for a 2x4 interior. There you go. So thank you, Mike. We are proud to be associated with you, and we wish you many, many, many more victories coming up. All right. Moving on here, we have a 2x5, 3x4, I think, black leather case. Now this one is done in the style of the rugged style that we do. So you'll notice here we have a magnetic pocket on top, thicker pocket. We have thicker pockets here, taller. And these are, you know, with the rounded, with the piping and everything on here. Same thing as the other case though. You got full access both ways. I see that there's a bunch of accessories in the pocket there. Both of these pockets are, this one's about 2.5 inches high. So in this one we have not only do we have the jump cue sleeve already in there on this side right here, but we have 2 extra jump cue sleeves in here. 1, 2, 3 actually. Wow, that's a lot. So we've got 3 extra sleeves in here. These sleeves all Velcro in, so the customer can put them in any configuration that he wants in there. So he probably has a bunch of extensions or jump cue handles to put in there. And this one has a taller lid. So let's see what he has in the lid. Does he have a ball holder or does he have a extra compartment? This time it was a ball holder, 2 butts, 5 shafts. So that will hold a full ball inside below the lip of the case. So the ball won't dip down into the case. If you get a regular size lid, you can still get a ball holder, but it will dip down into the case. Okay, and then this case has a single strap here in leather. And once again, we have the larger D-rings. So there you go. That's the case in leather. And when I say the rugged style, I'm showing you here, it has a zipper seam right there. So it's all leather except for well, it's all leather, so duh. All right, moving on. All right, here I have, oh, this is neat. Wow, that's pretty cool. Okay, I have a 3x6 black with teal stitching. Okay, I'm going to show it to you from the side first. So check it out. Teal stitching, backpack straps, very nice, and you've got a flip top lid. So this is extra that you pay for right here. I'm gonna hold it down, see, because there's something on the pockets I want to show you that's really cool. So the flip top lid is basically just what it says. It flips backwards and forwards. That costs $100 extra to build this lid, but some people like it that way, so we do it. This has a magnetic latch on here, so this is riveted and sewn through the body, so you don't have to worry about it. It's perfect. And then here, this customer opted for a magnetic extra compartment in there, so there you go. Boom, got an extra compartment. 3 butts, 6 shafts. Now, are you ready for the pockets? I love this part. Boom. See that? Magnetic latch. 10 years. These are supposed to go like 10 years and only lose like 10% of their magnetism. I've seen cases now that are over 10 years old that have this magnetic latch and they're still holding perfect, so you wouldn't know there's any difference. So, you know, these magnetic latches will probably outlast all of us. Okay, this is what is really cool. Look at the embroidery on this pocket. Look at that. It's black embroidery on a black pocket, and it just has such a cool pattern. Look at that. Isn't that neat? So there you go. Very nice. All right, 3x6 custom. Just remember, guys, if you can imagine it, right? If you can imagine it, just tell us. Just talk to us. Go online, go to our designer, design what you can design, and then just talk to us and tell us what you think. You know, get something as far as you can get it, and then, you know, go ahead and order it and write in the notes what you want or send us pictures. You know, we will be happy to talk to you and get it situated. We're pretty good at doing that right now. So just ask, because if you don't ask, the answer obviously is always going to be no, right? But if you do ask, then the answer is, with us at least, a lot of the time, most of the time, is going to be yes. For sure, most of the time it's going to be at the very worst maybe, right? And then once in a while, it'll be no. And it's only no because we either don't have the technology to do it, or there's something else that really prevents us from doing it. But if we can do it, we usually will try to do it. We will always tell you what the cost will be. So a lot of times the costs aren't even that much. It's like, you know, you might ask for something and we say, well, it doesn't, that's not that big of a deal for us to do it. There's no extra cost, or maybe it's $5 or $10. Sometimes it's 50 or 100 or something, but we'll tell you up front, and then you can decide whether that fits in your budget or not. It's really that simple. That's what we are. We're a custom maker, and that's what custom means to us. Okay, next case I have here is a 3x6 in purple and black. So we got black on the pockets. I think I showed this case last time. I don't know why it's still here. We must be waiting on something. And there you go, with the purple zipper pulls, backpack straps, and this one is for Rekka. And this one has a purple interior. I'm not really a purple guy, but I love that. I just love that look, Like, for someone else, this is perfect, But it's I've tried to like wear purple sometimes, and I just never really feel right about it. I'm more of a blue guy, and but I really like when I see the cases in purple. I really love them. So really cool. About the only color combination that I thought I would like, and I made it for myself, and then I ended up not liking it, is brown and blue. So I will never do that again. But I do respect it when someone orders brown and blue, and I'm like, go you. I tried it, not for me. All right, this case is a 4x8 for AJ right here, and then we've got a DJ Designs embroidery on there. Looks really cool. Some of the embroidery designs that DJ did for us there. And we're going to do a lot more with him later. This one has 2 towel rings, and I don't know why. I don't know why that second towel ring is there like that. That might be a place where he could put a strap so he could carry it maybe on his motorcycle or something like that. I don't know, but that's a customer request, so we did it, and there you go. So this is a 4x8 and also a taller lid. So we have a magnetic compartment in there. So once again, you just reach in there like that. There it is. And then just put it back. Boom. There you go. Okay. Well, that is almost all of them. So I got 2 more cases to show you guys. All right. This case here's got a lot going on. This is a 4x8. Black and orange, green, black, green, and orange. So there's the backpack straps on there. Now you ready for the wild side? Here you go. Check this out. This is for, does that say Crime Dog? I think. I cannot read Gothic script. But check this out. Look at this. Look how nice that is right there. What does that say? Ireland on there? Yes, it does. It says McGurk. JTM Ireland with the crest on there. How beautiful. And look at that orange stitching. That orange stitching really makes it pop. And look at this. Let's see what the interior is. This one also has a taller lid. So do we have a ball holder? Yes, we do. And a green interior. Look at that. There you go. How cool. All right. Next case I have here, the last one to show you today. This is a really nice, elegant case here. This one is a butterfly, leather butterfly, 3x6, 3 butts and 6 shafts with a, looks like a snakeskin print on there. You got white leather. Everything else on it is brown. Look how pretty that is, right? Nice and elegant. And this one has a black 3x6 interior, 3 butts and 6 shafts. And there you go. And beautifully padded all the way down. Again, that's our Ultra Pad interior. So there you go. This also Velcros in and out. So we make these a little bit bigger. So you'll notice here you got a little bit of extra room here. So you can move this from side to side. Lots of people like to put extra stuff in here, towels. Some people like to carry extra cues, so things like that in there. So anything with Velcro, by the way, will or hook and loop will stick to our fabric. So you could just make up your own accessories and things like that that you want to put in there. But anyway, it has a beautiful wraparound zipper here, pocket with, again, a pocket here for a jump cue handle or extension or whatever you want to put in there, and then a wraparound zipper on the top. So there you go. That is it for the showcase for tax day. So once again, thank you guys for your time and thank you for your attention. Thank you for letting us protect your cues. So great. We will be back with you next time when we have more cases to show you. You guys take care and play well. Bye-bye.